Welcome to the shadows of the mind, where the brightest lights learn to dim themselves for survival. You have always felt it, haven't you? That strange, heavy weight of being too much for the room. Your thoughts move faster than the conversation. Your eyes see the patterns before they even form. But you also know the price of showing your hand. You know the cold sting of social isolation and envy. Society claims to value genius, but in reality, it only values genius that serves the current status quo. Anything else is a threat. Anything else is a disturbance in the peaceful, shallow slumber of the average. So you learn to hide. You learn to build a heavy shell of normalcy around your complex interior world. This is not a weakness. This is tactical mimicry. This is the sophisticated, dark art of the gray man. In the world of the blind, the one-eyed man is not king. He is a freak to be dissected or destroyed. The tall poppy syndrome is a biological reflex of the herd to cut down anything that grows too high. To survive the garden, you must learn to look like the weeds, even if your roots are made of pure gold. Social camouflage is the ultimate survival mechanism for the high IQ individual trapped in a mediocre world. It is the conscious decision to appear unremarkable, to blend into the background like a ghost in the machine. You walk through the crowded city streets, a predator wearing the skin of a sheep, watching everything closely. Every word you speak is filtered through a sieve of social expectation and carefully calculated mediocrity. You mirror their slang. You mirror their posture. You mirror their trivial concerns about the weather and sports. Underneath the mask, your mind is calculating the orbital mechanics of a distant star or the collapse of empires. But on the surface, you are just another face in the crowd, another cog in the wheel, another silent observer. This is the gray man strategy. It is the art of being hiding in plain sight by being exactly what they expect. The human brain is wired to ignore the mundane. It filters out the background noise to focus on the anomalies. By becoming the background noise, you become invisible. You gain the power of the unseen observer in the room. You hear the secrets people whisper when they think no one important is listening to their private words. You see the power dynamics shifting in the office, the subtle betrayals, the hidden alliances of the weak. Because you are unremarkable, you are safe. You are not a target for the ambitious or a threat to the insecure. But make no mistake, this camouflage comes with a psychological price that is paid in the currency of the soul. To spend your life pretending to be less than you are is a form of slow, methodical, spiritual suicide. The mask begins to itch. The silence begins to scream. The isolation of the hidden mind becomes a cold prison. You look in the mirror and wonder if there is anything left of the original self beneath the layers of gray. High intelligence is a lonely peak. The air is thin, the view is vast, and there is no one else to talk to there. So you descend into the valley. You put on the heavy coat of the common man and join the noisy, crowded parade. You learn to laugh at jokes that aren't funny. You learn to discuss topics that hold no interest for your soul. You become a master of the small talk, that ritualistic exchange of nothingness that keeps the peace. The gray man knows that information is the only true currency of power in this decaying modern world. By revealing nothing about yourself, you prevent others from finding your levers of control or your weaknesses. You are a black hole of information. You take everything in, but you let nothing escape your event horizon. This tactical invisibility allows you to move through life without the friction of social friction or resistance. You can enter a room, achieve your objective, and leave without anyone remembering your name or your face. It is the ultimate freedom for the lone wolf, the freedom to move through the world without being owned by it. But the danger of the gray man is the loss of the self, the risk of becoming the mask you have worn for so long. When you spend 40 hours a week pretending to be average, the average begins to seep into your very bones. Your sharp edges begin to dull. Your bright colors begin to fade into the charcoal gray of the surrounding world. The tragedy of the high IQ individual is the choice between being a target or being a ghost in the shadows. To be seen is to be judged. To be judged is to be limited by the narrow perceptions of the common mind. They will try to put you in a box. They will try to use your talents for their own shallow, selfish ends. The gray man says no. He refuses to be used. He refuses to be a tool for those who do not understand him. He chooses the path of the phantom. He chooses the power of the silence that speaks louder than any words. Look around you. How many gray men are sitting in the cafes, riding the subways, standing in the elevators? How many geniuses are hiding behind the counter of a grocery store because it's the safest place to be hidden? How many poets are writing spreadsheets? How many philosophers are fixing the plumbing of the ungrateful? The world is full of hidden giants. They are the ones who don't post on social media or seek the spotlight's glare. They are the ones who understand that true power is never loud. True power is the quiet hand that moves the pieces. Social camouflage is not about fear. It is about the economy of energy and the preservation of the inner fire. Why waste your brilliance on those who will only use it to light their cigarettes and burn your house down? Save your light for the few who can actually see it. Save your truth for the ones who have earned the right to hear. Until then, keep the mask tight, keep the voice low, keep the mind sharp, and the intentions completely hidden. The gray man is not a victim of society. He is the silent judge of it, watching from the periphery of the light. He knows that the loudest person in the room is usually the weakest, and the quietest is often the most dangerous. Intelligence is a burden, yes, but it is also a weapon, and every weapon is more effective when it is concealed. Think of the chameleon. It does not change color because it is ashamed. It changes color because it is a master. It is a master of its environment. It is a master of the art of being exactly where it needs to be at all times. You are the psychological chameleon. You are the architect of your own invisibility in a world of noise. Do not feel guilty for the lies you tell to the world. They are the necessary lies that protect your sacred truth. The world is not ready for your truth. It is too fragile, too small, too obsessed with its own petty reflections. So you give them what they want. You give them the reflection of themselves. You give them the gray man. And in the silence of your own mind, you remain vast. You remain infinite. You remain entirely, beautifully alone. The tall poppy syndrome is an ancient evolutionary relic. It served a purpose once in the tribes of the past. It kept the group together. It prevented the rise of tyrants. But now it only serves to stifle the evolution of man. It has become a prison of the soul, a ceiling made of the expectations of those who are afraid to look up. But you, the gray man, you have found the secret door. You have found the way to live beneath the ceiling. While they ponder fleeting breezes, I chart the eternal deeps. There is a certain dark joy in the deception, a secret satisfaction in knowing you are the smartest person in the room. While they talk about the latest celebrity scandal, you are contemplating the heat death of the entire universe. While they worry about their social standing, you are analyzing the very foundations of their fragile reality. You are the observer, the witness, the one who carries the torch in the darkness where no one else dares to go. But remember the rule of the gray man. Never stay in the light too long. Never let the mask slip for even a second. One slip of the tongue, one flash of true insight, and the herd will turn. They will smell the difference on you. They will sense the otherness. And the otherness is the one thing the herd can never, ever truly forgive.
So you practice your mimicry. You study the movements of the average. You learn the cadence of their shallow speech.
You become a virtuoso of the mundane, a Picasso of the ordinary, a Mozart of the completely and utterly boring. It is a performance that lasts a lifetime, a play with an audience of millions who don't even know they are watching. And when the curtain finally falls, you will be the only one who knows the true ending of the story you wrote. The gray man strategy is the ultimate Stoic exercise. It is the separation of the internal from the external. It is the realization that your value does not come from the recognition of others, but from your own inner light. If the world cannot see you, it cannot define you. If it cannot define you, it cannot control your destiny. You are the master of your own shadow. You are the king of a kingdom that exists only within the walls of your skull. And that kingdom is more real than anything they will ever experience in their short, loud, and frantic lives. So embrace the gray. Embrace the silence. Embrace the power of being the one that no one ever suspects. In the end, the invisible man is the only one who is truly free to walk through the walls of the social prison. He is the only one who can see the world for what it really is, a stage full of actors who forgot they were wearing masks. But you haven't forgotten. You know exactly which mask you are wearing today, and you know exactly why you chose it. That knowledge is your power. That knowledge is your shield. That knowledge is your ticket to the ultimate freedom. Don't be afraid of the loneliness. The loneliness is just the space you need to grow without being pruned by the herd. The gray man thrives in the loneliness. He finds strength in the solitude. He finds wisdom in the quiet of the night. When the world is asleep, the gray man wakes up. He takes off the mask and breathes the cold, clear air of truth. He looks at the stars and remembers who he is. He remembers the fire that burns in his soul, unseen by all others. And then, when the sun rises, he puts the mask back on. He steps out into the world and becomes nobody once again. He is the neighbor you never talk to. He is the coworker you never notice. He is the stranger you pass on the street. He is the smartest person you will ever meet, and you will never, ever know his name or his real thoughts. That is his victory. That is his art. That is the social camouflage of the high IQ mind in a world of gray. It takes a special kind of strength to be a ghost, to have the power of a god and the presence of a shadow. Most people are desperate to be seen. They scream for attention. They bleed for likes and validation from strangers. The gray man laughs at this desperation. He knows that to be seen is to be captured by the eyes of the many. He prefers the freedom of the dark. He prefers the safety of the unknown. He prefers the power of the hidden. If you are listening to this and you feel that familiar ache of being hidden, know that you are not alone. There are others like you, a secret network of ghosts, a silent brotherhood of the invisible and the brilliant. We see each other in the way we don't look at each other. We recognize the mask because we wear one too. We are the ones who stay silent when we have the answer. We are the ones who failed the test on purpose to blend in. We are the ones who choose the boring life because it gives us the most time to live the extraordinary one inside. The gray man's strategy is not a life sentence. It is a tactical choice. It is a way to navigate the minefield. One day, perhaps, the world will be ready for the light. One day, the tall poppies will be allowed to reach the sun. But until that day comes, stay safe, stay hidden, stay brilliant in the dark where they can't reach your light. The shadows are your home. The silence is your friend. The mask is your armor against the arrows of the average.
You are the gray man. You are the ghost in the machine. You are the silent architect of your own secret reality.
Never let them see the fire. Never let them hear the music. Never let them know how much you truly understand. Just smile, nod, and blend back into the gray. The world is yours as long as they don't know you're there. This is the art of invisibility. This is the burden of intelligence. This is the path of the Psychumbra. Walk softly. Watch everything. Reveal nothing. The shadows are waiting for your return to the deep silence. In a world obsessed with fame, the ultimate luxury is being completely and utterly unknown to the masses. You have mastered the art of being a ghost, and in doing so, you have become the only one who is truly alive.